What is going on, guys? It's your dude Shop, and we are back as EA just dropped a truckload of presentation details for College Football 26, and the internet is going crazy. If you're hyped about tunnel smoke, marching band bangers, and Pop-Tart mascots, then stick that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upcoming video as we are hyped about College Football 26. Look, I've been glued to the Reddit threads, the threads on Twitter, and that big time presentation deep dive blog all day long to get the top 5 things that got me hyped and really has gotten the community hyped about presentation for College Football 26. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Number 1, dynamic lighting finally lets the sun set on its own schedule. No more static skies that flip from dusk to midnight on a loading screen. Get that garbage out of here. College Football 26 tracks lighting position, color, and shadow length for every quarter, and then layers regional and seasonal logic on top of that. So a 6 p.m. start in Tempe, Arizona, bathes the field in orange for an entire half, while the same kickoff in Chestnut Hill fades to a deep blue by the third quarter. November games darken faster than September contests, so late season Iron Bowls can actually begin in golden hour and finish under the stadium LED lights. Players on Reddit, they're already plotting sunrise kickoffs just to watch the shadows race across the grass in real time. One of the guys on Reddit said, "Dynamic lighting is a great addition. Simple, but definitely true." And I couldn't agree more. November kickoffs in Eugene are going to look completely different from early September matchups. And it should freshen up and really make Dynasty mode a little bit more immersive as you play those games. All right, let's move on to number 2. Tiered runouts, drone shows, and first-person Road to Glory entrances crank the hype meter. Look, runouts are no longer one size fits all. Not every team is going to have the same runout. But now also the game now assigns 3 levels of pregame runouts. You have the standard for weekly matchups, enhanced for rivalry games or ranked showdowns, and then you have the epic runouts. Those are exclusive to primetime blockbusters. Epic sequences uses of synchronized LED light patterns, fireworks, and full drone choreography that paints team logos over the stadium roof. South Carolina's cocky struts beneath the red strobe tunnel, Clemson's tiger paw glows above Death Valley, and Nebraska balloon releases finally floats overhead at kickoff. Road to Glory players actually sprint the tunnel in first person. You can right stick and kind of look in every direction as you run out of the tunnel towards the marching band and feel the pyros warm your visor. That clip alone should rack up thousands of retweets, and I look forward to seeing a lot of people showcasing their stuff. One person on Twitter said the Road to Glory run out with player control camera could be incredible. And I gotta agree. I like the freedom. The first person should add something to it, whether it's a night game, day game, we'll see. But I'm excited. All right, number 3, bands, fight songs, and menu music get a full remix. The audio team recorded 20 fresh drumline cadences, 16 marching band cover for pop songs, and at least 15 newly licensed fight songs. Menu screen alternate between classic cadences and band renditions of hits like Enter the Sandman, Swag Surfing, and Blinding Lights. So every roster management binge when you're out there just recruiting your tail off should feel better, should feel like a pep rally. Stadium PA tracks rotate, shipping up to Boston, Seven Nations Army, Mo Bamba, and Zombie Nation at context-appropriate moments. Fans who were sick of the one repetitive drum loop in College Football 25, well, they're calling this the biggest quality of life jump on the soundtrack since college football 14 when they added the ESPN swipes. One person just said the most important quality of life improvement they could do is this. So whether you are recruiting a 5-star guard or sim scouting next week's rival, the variety in the music should keep the vibes high. Should definitely keep the vibes high. All right. Number 4, mascot mania and touchdown traditions steal the show. 50 plus mascots make the roster this year, complete with custom animations and customs faithful to each school. Real animal icons like Bevo, Ralphie, Uga trot the sidelines while the freshly added Pop-Tart Bowl mascot became an instant meme inside 10 minutes. Turnover and touchdown props expand too. Chainsaws, thrones, mini hoops, I think I saw wrestling belts. They all trigger in-game celebrations when conditions are hit. And you'll actually see props handed off during broadcast cutaway. Smaller programs also scored love with motorcycle escorts for Ohio and Utah, the Sooner Schooner rolling into Norman, and region-specific smoke cannons for UCF. Even jaded veterans on Reddit admitted they were pretty impressed. One person said, "I'm just here for the Pop-Tarts mascot. The game is now complete." I agree. All right. Number five. Crowd, coaches, and character models finally look alive. A few machine learning faces pipeline pumped out 1,700 additional crowd heads, so clone armies are history. No more people doing synchronized cheering. Strand-based hair physics let ponytails sway on cheerleaders, and student sections diehards features realistic school apparel instead of generic hoodies. So now you'll see when I play Maryland, I'll finally see somebody actually wearing a Maryland Terp hoodie, which should be interesting. But on the sidelines, there's more than 300 real coaches. I think that makes a big difference as well. They all have headshots. There'll be cutscenes. Offense and defense coordinators even show up in broadcast shots. And in dynasty pressers, they are referenced by name. So combine that with sharper player scans, the whole sidelines look like a Saturday ESPN broadcast rather than a last-gen placeholder. Fans who notice the oversized torsos and baby-sized helmets in College Football 25 report that scaling finally feels right when zoomed in on replay. One person said, "Love the work they did on the crowds. Singing along to the songs will be fun this year." All right. So what did they miss? What are people still kind of side-eyeing EA for? And again, going through social media and the different social media posts and groups, the one thing that kept coming up that was presentation-wise, of course, not even talking gameplay. This is all presentation. But one of the things that people kind of griped about was the commentary. So dynamic lighting, drone intros, pastry mascots are fantastic, but hardcore players remember last year's commentary lapses all too well. The presentation deep dive devoted paragraphs to crowd facings and marching band medleys, but yet spent exactly one sentence on the booth's team. I think that was kind of resounding. I think that's kind of loud. Chris Fowler still sounds like he's recording inside a library. Until EA confirms fresher situational calls or new audio mixing passes, the fan base will keep side-eyeing the broadcast booth. I'm just surprised we haven't gotten to more broadcast booths. There should be more. Like, I think Madden had 3 last year. There should be more in college football. One person said, "I would like to hear more about commentary revamps." Everybody would. So I think that is one of the things that EA really needs to work on. And quite frankly, they could still work on it now. They have those guys under contract. Get those guys in the booth. Get some local guys, to do a booth. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyways, presentation is already a highlight in college football. 26 looks like it's ready to pump the volume up to 11. Dynamic skies, blockbuster runouts, a revised soundtrack, and richer sidelines all promise to turn each Dynasty week into appointment gaming. Nail the commentary upgrade in a future blog, and there might be a single immersion breaker left on my wish list. July 10th cannot come fast enough. Make sure you pre-order now, and also make sure you stick that like button, subscribe to the channel, as I'll be back. Dynasty blog and deep dive comes out later today. I'm looking forward to breaking that down. Hope you are too. This your dude Shop. I'm out. Peace.